Welcome back, everybody, to the Unrivaled Projectile F1 2023 My Team Career Mode. Today we're going to be racing at Jeddah, but first, different events to take care of. So, looking at where to improve our second driver, I think we're going to work on their pace. And now we've got some activities to assign before we get too far in. Let's see here. We're going to do a sponsor event. I like this. Yeah, I think that's our best route of action. We've got a couple of chassis upgrades already pending. We're going to start on the Aero. We can only develop one of those at this point. And then we're going to go to the engine side of things and start some progress there. Hopefully we can get some more development planned out here. Going to advance the time.
We had a major issue on the production line earlier this week, so the entire development package for the weekend has failed. Any redevelopments will need to be ordered from the R&D screen.
And we had a part fail, which is not what we needed here. So we'll go ahead and redevelop that. I think that's our second part that we've had to redevelop already. So not going great in terms of that, but we should start getting in some of these upgrades. Got one there.
We were expecting some new developments to come through, but some of them have failed quality control.
We made
tell the team what to redevelop via the R&D screen.
Some more that have failed. Not there. We've got more that we can do here. We do not have the points. We've got more. I don't see anything that's failed here. I would like to see we can decrease the amount of. I want to do that upgrade at the end of this race. So we should have some more money built up there. So we've got this Pirelli Hot Lap. I'm going to go with the average speed zone, and hopefully we can get a little extra cash and a little bit more acclaim here by doing this. This is something I don't have much experience with. I'm not sure when they added this sort of stuff to the F1 games. But my first F1 game, which was F1 2020, did not have anything like this. So not even good enough for bronze there. Definitely need to be able to get back to the power earlier here. There's definitely a unique feel to this car. Yeah, we just can't seem to get back to the power quite quick enough. I may... See, we're sitting at a bronze right now. I'd like to get at least to a silver. Really would like the bronze though. Got a better angle coming out of the corner there. And I don't think we quite got up to where we wanted. Yeah, still sitting on bronze. So we got a little bit of acclaim, a little bit of that money, but not what we were hoping for there. So just off the pace for silver, but we'll move on and head to practice. Let me know if you'd like me to record more of what I'm doing in practice sessions, because I'm fine with either leaving them in or out, but I don't want to make episodes too terribly long though either. So kind of leave that up to you guys, and we're going to we'll check our messages quick. Not expecting any rain this weekend, but we'll head to practice, and then yeah, I'll kind of go through some of these practice programs.
Okay, give us some good, consistent laps, please. We're looking for good data that we can work into a race strategy.
Alrighty, so I'm not sure. This may be the practice program that I recorded last race. I don't really remember what practice program that ended up being. I mostly just remember that it was not very good for us, so at least when I was recording initially, I went back through and did okay with it, but overall it was not great for us. Go off track there a little bit, but there is a nice open zone that we were able to take. Downshifted too far into that corner, so lost some time. But we were able to hit that one. And a little bit of time with this game. This corner right here is just my nemesis. We dropped down a gear lower than what it recommends for us there, but it helps me maneuver the car through there and keep the speed up, heading into that next low corner there. So it's going to be close whether we can make it on time. We were not quite able to make up the time there, but hopefully we can get a better lap here this time. It was this practice program that we did last race as well for you. I do remember that now, as we were talking about the points, and then I fell off a cliff. So, that little section is also tricky for me personally. it's hard for me to figure out where exactly I'm supposed to be on the power and where I'm not. So I know I lose a lot of time through that little section as well. There we're pretty okay. It's a quick double downshift, and I get through there okay. Kind of similar to that, and that's likely how I will run that corner, even though it's not how it's recommended. That's how I run best, so that's how I'll probably run it. Still not quite enough to get to a positive delta, or negative delta, sorry. So we'll have to try once again to get our first points of the practice program. Again, probably part of what we're struggling with is the fact that it is a harder difficulty within the practice sessions this weekend, or this race weekend, with since we changed that in between qualifying and the race for the last race. So tagged the wall there a little bit, affected some of our wing, but I'm hoping that we can manage to still have a negative delta here going into the last corner, which is where we've been able to make up some speed. Definitely noticing that wing damage on the left-handers. But we do meet our goal time there. Not a great set of corners there for us. Again, that wing damage is going to come into play as we start going on this track. I forget to shift. That section became even trickier with the damaged wing. We have to kind of feather the throttle there to make it through that corner. And we tagged the wall in the same exact spot as last lap. No damage for us there. It's going to be very hard for us to meet that goal time this lap with all these little mess ups here. Yeah, because we're not going to make up 3/10 of a second in this final lap and straight, especially not with the added wing damage. We're still 3/10 off the goal time. So likely we are not going to be able, I don't think we are able to complete the practice program. I will have to go back and do that off camera likely. Just to make sure we're getting all of the R&D points. That wasn't a terrible low chicane for us there. I'm not sure what corner numbers those are, but not terrible for us there. Keeping it in the green for lap time compared to goal. getting a little bit squirrely on that turtle. We hit the wall just a little bit, but nothing major didn't slow down us all. We're still up about 4.5 tenths now. And we downshifted a gear too many. That's going to really affect this lap time. We lost about 2 tenths. And we did fail that practice program. So I'm going to bring it into the garage. Move on to the next practice program, and then I'll go back and do that last practice program at a later time. So yeah, track acclimatization
repairing the damage to the car
is actually one of my favorite practice programs to try to go through. It really helps me with overall pace and layout of the track. So I always find them really helpful once I actually know the track. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then ERS management doesn't really do much for us, so I'll skip that one for you guys, and then we'll do the track acclimatization, and then I'll meet you guys back for qualifying.
Right, try to nail as many corner gates as you can. The faster you get through each corner, the higher the score. You'll need to deploy your DRS in the DRS zone as well.
So as the engineer explained there, there'll be little corner gates that will pop up when we cross the finish line. There we are. That we want to hit with enough speed and at the right angle. And it's going to simulate what pace we want to be at and what angles we want to be at throughout the race. So, and the most important part that I've found with these is to make sure that you chain all your corners together. It's okay if they're not all purple. It's more important to make sure you hit all the gates in general. So
okay, DRS zone coming up. Get ready to open it. Distance is on your MFD.
yes, it also makes you hit the DRS zones. We did miss a gate there, so that's going to hurt us. But we'll manage there. Still likely to have a passing score here, but not likely to have a purple score. Yeah, so we need 70 more points here to get that purple, but we did complete the we did technically score good enough to have get that green rating on the practice program. It took me a bit to get that spit out, but we're also going to our worst part of the track there, so I think as long as we can hit the gate and I think it's turn 22 that's a really bad corner. I think if we can hit that one, we will be really close to getting the purpleless lap, and I'll likely still do the extra lap that we'll have in this program. A lot better lap this lap, so. Oh, but we missed the last one. That may hurt us in terms of overall score. But looks like we have gotten that purple rating. We'll go around once more for good measure. Overdrove that set of corners right there, but it's alright. We can get a little bit friskier with it here, as we know we already have that purple scoring that is already locked down. So try to take it a bit more at race pace and see where we compare to where the gates line up. And it kind of tells me when I can get on the power and when I can't, for how I'm personally driving it. So that's always a good reference to have as well. And also I'd like to complete all the corner gates as possible. We'll just have to make sure we hit this one just like so, and we will have likely gotten the purple rain again this lap. We did. Not perfect, but we still got the optimal rating there. We'll go back to the garage. I will work on these other two practice programs and then meet you back at qualifying. Alrighty, into Q1 right now. Just going to keep the setup the same as in practice. Head out on a soft compound and see what time we can lay down. I don't expect to do all that well, considering what we saw with Bahrain and the increased AI difficulty, but we shall see. We may surprise ourselves. This is a track that I'm still fairly familiar with, since it is the second race of the season. I have had the opportunity to race it a few times just in my free time, and not a great start there as we hit the wall. I don't think we're going to have a great lap there with hitting the wall, but we're going to try. Luckily, we did not have any wing damage that I'm aware of. It's been to have it pop up. So, yeah, overall not a great lap so far. But we aren't doing terribly either. We'll have to kind of see where we end up, because I'm not really sure where we're going to be with this lap time overall. I'm going to go ahead and go for a second lap right after this one, just to see if we can lay down a slightly better lap time with not too many mistakes here. Like not hitting that wall, though we got very close there again.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
A little bit lighter fuel load, and already we are much further ahead than what we were last lap. As long as we can save ourselves from a few of the other little mistakes we made. Not a great set of corners there, but alright. Still up significantly from what we were. Car almost kicked out on us there, and that set of corners, but we were alright. Looks like we are going to be slightly faster, but not much on this lap. As good as it looked, it did not end up being that much better. So we're going to go to the garage and see where we end up, really, because I'm not sure. We could run a little bit better lap, but I'm not sure if it's worth it to go back out there. So 2nd and 17th, just below the cutoff for Q2. I'm just going to go ahead and accelerate the time to the end of the session. Kind of just accepting our fate that we're not going to make it into Q2 this week, and we'll head on with we'll still have a better starting spot than last weekend, so we'll head to the race and see where we end up.
Today on the shores of the Red Sea in the lower Hijaz Mountains to visit one of the newest circuits on the Formula One calendar. We're in Jeddah, home to what we all hope is going to be a thrilling Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So let's take a look at the topographical map of the Jeddah Street Circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Sainz, Perez, Hamilton, Russell, Norris, Oscar Piastri, Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Stroll, Ocon, Albon, Tsunoda, Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Joe, Ricciardo, Bottas, Fittipaldi, the owner driver, and Logan Sargent. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. Anthony Davidson is with me once again to take you through today's action. And we have plenty of twists and turns to come over the next hour or so, I'm sure. Can we begin by having a chat about Charles Leclerc?
Well, it was a really impressive lap in qualifying to get pole position, but are they going to be able to hold on to the lead into the first corner with so many quick starters around them? One more thing to consider is the strategy element. How far can the drivers push these tyres, and who's going to blink first for fresh rubber? It'll be interesting to see if the leaders have to compromise their plan to cover off the cars behind them.
Alrighty, so going to look at our race strategy here. In practice, the hards felt better than the softs. So we're going to go hards felt better than the mediums. So we're going to go a soft to medium stint. I want to see. I want to go here at the strategy. I want to see what a. We're going to come in a lap earlier than what suggested for us there, and run that hard tire a little bit longer. So I don't want the mediums to softs, or the mediums to hards. Excuse me. Going to go there and see what we can do at Jeddah. Not a great start from us there, but not a terrible one either. Really trying to make sure that we don't get into an incident here early, and kind of destroy a race before it can start. Everything is super narrow here, as we know, at Jeddah. So trying to be sure not to get ahead of ourselves here, as Magnussen and Bottas are going at it up in front of us. We're just looking for an opening, as one of the AlphaTauri are looking to the inside of us here. And Bottas is kind of holding everybody up. As we head down into the final corner of the first lap. Yeah, Bottas just seems to be really slow to get back to the power. But nobody can seem to get past him. So, interesting events there. As Bottas is going to go up the inside, we give him just the slightest of taps with our front wing, but it does push Magnussen past Bottas as we dive it up the inside of Bottas. Maybe a little bit aggressive there, but no warnings from the FIA, so I think we are okay for now. Now our main job is to go chase down Magnussen and the rest of the crew that has gone away from us here. And there is a caution somewhere on the track. I'm not sure if it's behind us. It looks like it is in front of us. So, get our gears a little bit messed up there as Bottas comes back up at us and gets back past us, as Piastri is slow and out of the session, but has really thrown us off here, as we have fallen back multiple positions, made quite a bit of contact, as Zoe has held everybody up through that last corner. We were able to gain a ton of time around the outside. Going to dive it down into turn 1 here. Getting a little bit of contact with Ricardo this time. But we definitely do have pace in this car to make some moves. I'm not thrilled with the contact that we are making. I maybe need to make that a bit more realistic as we catch a curb and it has thrown us off the track here. So we have our work cut out once again to make our way back through traffic. So the mistakes really hurting us here early. As we try to run back down our teammate and the group that is in front of him. So would prefer to at least finish in front of our teammate. But seems that's going to be a tall order, at least with all the mistakes that have been made so far. So he does have the DRS from the cars in front of him, something that we do not have the luxury of having. However, I think we have better overall pace than he does, but we will have to see. That
the pit window now, and you're going to be
DRS is definitely hard to contend with, so yeah, just going to have to see here. I feel like we're really good getting off the corners, but we're generally worse getting into the corners, so just kind of some give and take there. Again, not a great sector from us there. Get a warning on track limits, so we'll have to be sure to remember that from the future, as our teammate is gradually pulling away from us here. So we may have to hope for some strategy to come back into play here, either with pit stops or maybe even a safety car to help us out, as yeah, we've just struggled the first few races with our own mistakes, really. So I think from what it looks like, we as a player are really struggling with some tire wear more than what the AI are, maybe. Because I don't feel like I'm running that much more slowly, and they're just trying to really gap us now. So I'm not sure if that's kind of a known thing on this game or not, but it is something I am noticing. As they are really gaining on us here. And maybe it's because there's a little bit of a DRS chain growing up there, but it makes it super hard for us to be able to catch back up with them. So really unfortunate. Hopefully getting back out onto the track a little bit earlier, and with a compound that's going to stick with us longer will help us. But yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to do much here once again in this race. So just logging laps at this point. We're going to hit this lap, or correct my American terminology, we're boxing this lap. Used to pits and not the terminology of box, so we will box this lap. And yeah, sector 1 we are just really struggling in terms of hitting those corners right. So I feel like that corner there, we are always so good at getting off of. Along with that last corner of the circuit, we are really good at getting off of them, but it just makes it. There's so many other areas where we're not as good, and it really slows us down and hinders us. So.
No tyre concerns at the moment. Just
Yeah,
focus on the driving.
Not what we wanted. But I do believe that things will eventually turn for the better for us here. Even if it's not in this first season. So, a lot of cars going to, it looks like the medium. I think we're personally better off on the hards. So that's what we are going to go to. Optimal turn in as we move to the hards.
Okay, go. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. Up to speed now. Let's get some into those tyres.
And not a great spot for it to release us there from the pits. Bit of an awkward spot, but being careful here as we go through these first few corners, let the tires warm up. But already I think we are feeling a bit more comfortable here on the hards than even what we were on the softs, really. So really showing us that we need to work on some tire wear upgrades and really just chassis upgrades overall. So our teammate has just entered the pits. We tagged the wall there of turn 22 just a little bit, kind of similar to what was it, Stroll did just a couple weeks ago. I believe it was Stroll. So looking to catch these cars in front of us. Maybe it will be a bit of an advantage as we have a longer lasting compound, but we'll have to see. Our teammate looks to have lost the pull from the DRS train that was in full swing there. So we're going to try run him down, and yeah, don't expect anything right away because he is on that softer preferred compound here, but I do think towards the end of the race we should be able to catch him. So we'll have to kind of see here. Otherwise, we may need to look at dropping that difficulty just a little bit so we are a little bit more competitive compared to the AI here. So, kind of let me know your thoughts on that. If I should drop it so that we're not constantly all by ourselves. Because I know it can be hard to make the races entertaining when it's just me sitting all alone back here by myself. So, yeah, hard to keep you guys entertained if the first 2 laps are action-packed, and then it's just me sitting all alone for the rest of the race. So, doesn't look like we're likely to catch our teammate here. He is pulling away from us. So, unless those mediums fall off a cliff, not likely that we catch him here in this one. So, still having little mistakes here and there, which is not helping. And yeah, so let me know. I don't know if the simulation damage would help me race a bit cleaner or not, or if it's just going to make it so I run at the back more, due to me just making stupid little mistakes and then having to go change my wing or whatever it may be. Yeah, let me know if I should change the damage model or
Our gap to the car in front is 13.1
drop
seconds.
the AI difficulty. I feel like maybe my best bet is to drop the AI difficulty by about 5 or 10, but increase the damage model maybe. Get more comfortable racing around other cars with that heavier damage model. I'm not sure what the best route is here to both make me better yet keep it entertaining for you guys. So yeah, kind of let me know on that. I'm open to any and all suggestions that includes, but got 3 more laps here, and yeah, we're going to kind of see, yeah, because our teammate is still pulling away from us here, even as those mediums start to wear. Granted, our hards are also wearing, but they should be starting to closely match his to the pace of those mediums, or even start to be faster than them now, but we're just not seeing it right now. So not a great corner for us there either. So really it's just some mistakes, and mostly the mistakes that are costing us. And yeah, so I'm not sure what the fix to that is, but I know more than anything it's just meaning to log laps and get more comfortable with where I'm at. But for me personally, it's so hard to just sit back and really take my time to learn all the little nitty-gritty. I'd much rather be in the middle of these races than sitting in just essentially just practice sessions, logging laps. So, I mean, the driving and fun is fun in general, but it's a lot more fun when it's going towards something such as a practice session for a race weekend rather than just the general practice. So yeah, tires are starting to wear here. We're not gaining any time to our teammate. I'm sure the leaders have nearly caught me here, but we will be. I'm not sure who is currently leading.
Okay, you just started the final lap of the race.
We'll have to see as they cross the finish line who that is. I know the
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel
fastest lap has kind of bounced around some. We've got a few little pop-ups for that. But, and a really bad corner there for us. But yeah, Sergio Perez has won for Red Bull. We'll have to see where Max Verstappen has ended up. See if he continues his reign of dominance in the championship, or if in this specific career mode he will be less dominant. So I know for others a lot of times he is not as good in the career modes as he is in real life, but he did win the first race of the season, followed by Perez. So we'll see where he has ended up this race.
And that's the end of the race.
So,
See you in Parc Fermé.
we'll jump to the driver standings and see where everybody landed.
A sterling effort from the drive. Let's see how the driver's standings have changed. Sergio Perez takes the position of points leader in the Drivers' Championship. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Well, there was a lot of incredible driving out there today, but if I had to pick someone, it's got to be Sergio Perez. Fantastic driving.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. And pulling further ahead in the standings, it's Red Bull. There was also a strong showing from the Mercedes team today as they make their way up the standings. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
Alright, so Max Verstappen finishes in third. Mercedes about middle of the top 10. So nothing we haven't really seen before. Going to see if we could have hung with Bottas and Magnussen, we likely would have ended up around that 15th to 16th range, but just weren't able to get it done, so we were quite far off the pace. But we'll move on. Should be Australia for the next race, and yeah, move to the main menu and close this one up. Alright, so we got some weekly resources in there. But that's going to wrap it up for this one, guys. Plenty left to do for the next race, but let me know on some of those things I pointed out in the middle of the race, on what we should do moving forward to keep it entertaining and to help me learn. But that's going to be it for today, guys. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything like that. So, have you guys a good rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next one.